Welcome back to We're Having Fun. I'm Mark. Hi.
Hi, I'm Krista.
It's another week in the scary season. October. What's up? What's going on? What news we got?
Oh, you know what's real scary?
What?
Oh
what?
my gosh.
What is it?
I was opening my microwave the other day, and I had a candle on top of my microwave, and it was made of glass, and it broke. And I think I might have a piece of glass in my thumb.
Oof. That's too gory for this podcast.
So yeah, I did cut my finger a little bit, but
Oof.
It's fine. You can't even tell now.
Yeah, that's true.
It's fine.
Yeah, just one long scar. It's fine.
It's fine. I mean, my finger's not there, but you can't.
You only lost like half.
You don't notice it, do you? You don't see where
I didn't see it this whole week.
No.
So yeah. Well, that's sorry about that.
Because I was like, I'll just use some like tape or something to get up all the stray little shards of glass. And then they poked through the tape straight into my fingers. So
whoops.
Whoopsie, not the best way to do it, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think I got it all. I don't know. I might end up cutting my feet off at some point. So
well, it happens.
It does. It happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
Cutting your feet up.
We've all been there. Mm-hmm. Well, other than that,
I don't know. It's a weird day.
It's a weird day. Yeah, I don't think there's any big news that we need to discuss at this point in time, unless you have something.
No, I don't think so.
No. All right. Well, then I guess we can get into our movie.
I mean, I will say that I'm still enjoying the new season of Our Flag Means Death and the new season of Loki.
Yeah,
those are still going on.
Both going well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're caught up. Mm-hmm. You watched Our Flag Means Death how many times, the new episodes?
I only watched, one of them I watched twice, and the other one I watched 3 times.
That's not bad.
That's not
that
bad
much for you.
That's not that much. I mean, come on. Now, the first 3 in this season, how many times have I watched those? I don't know. Probably, maybe 4 or 5 times.
All right. It's going well.
We haven't made it up to the double digits yet, so
no, not yet.
It's only been a couple of weeks, though.
Give it time.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, it's going well. I'm liking everything.
Yeah, and how many times have I watched Loki?
Once.
So you can tell which one is high priority in this household.
An obsession.
Yeah, it's so bad. Oh no. I think there's something wrong with me. I am so obsessed with that show. I'm not the only one though, so.
No, you're not. Yeah.
I'm just the only one that I know, and then I have no one to talk to about it, so.
I'm sure there's help groups out there you can go to.
I need to go to one.
OFMDA, Our Flag Means Death Anonymous. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll get you help.
Thank you. I mean, at least I'm able to, the first step is admitting that you need help.
That's right.
And I did. I do, so.
You just keep relapsing.
I don't, no, it's not a relapse. I never stopped.
Stop.
No relapse.
I'm addicted and I'm just going to keep going.
Just full throttle into it. Just. Oh, man.
Well, all right. This week's movie. We did Disney's The Haunted Mansion 2023 version.
I don't think there's a "the." I think it's just Haunted Mansion.
Haunted Mansion 2023 version. No Eddie Murphy in this one that I know of.
Not that I know of either. Oh, actually...
Actually, he was there.
No, I just thought of something else I was going to say.
Oh, we got some news. Breaking news.
So I was reading an Our Flag.
Of course. Here we go.
Of course. And if it takes place somewhere that is a real place, that, I look it up on Google Maps. Mm-hmm. And so the one I'm reading right now, one of the people in it lives in Santa Cruz. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, let me just look at Santa Cruz. And the first thing I saw was a boardwalk, the Santa Cruz boardwalk. And I was like, why does that look so familiar? Because, it was where they filmed The Lost Boys.
Well, there you go.
So I was like, that's weird. been having a lot of weird synchronicity things happening lately.
Yeah.
Where I'll think of something.
And
I will not, and I no, not even Our Flag Means Death. I'll be listening, or not listening. I'll think of something. There was this book that I read when I was little that I had, that I loved. I don't remember the name of it. I've been trying no.
Hungry Caterpillar.
No.
Good Night Moon.
Could you stop? It was about
No, that was a bear.
It was about weird things like alien abductions and Bigfoot and Loch Ness Monster and all these different things. And I used to read it all the time, and I don't know the name of it. I can't find it anywhere because I've looked at other things. See, it has illustrations also, and I remember the illustrations. And I cannot find this book anywhere. I don't remember what it's called. That's very unhelpful. So I've been trying to find it, and I'll just like Google different search terms and stuff. And then one of the things I was like, oh, I should try it and look for something about books that are about grave bells. Do you know what grave bells are? Mm-hmm. Okay.
To make sure you're dead.
Yes. If you were buried alive, you could ring the bell and somebody could dig you up. And then I was listening I saw like I have listened to so many podcasts. One of the podcasts I listen to does not normally do like weird things like this, but I guess since it's October, they're pulling out all the weird stuff. And they're like, oh, here's our newest episode on grave bells. I'm like, excuse me? So I'm listening to this one about grave bells, and I'm like, oh yeah, maybe I should look for like books about the Tunguska event too, because that was in that book that I was trying to find. And then the next day, their episode was about the Tunguska event. I was like, are you kidding me? I didn't say it aloud. I'm like, all right, who's listening to me? Who's listening to my thoughts?
Yeah,
so
you're being
scary.
hacked.
Yeah, my brain's been hacked. So anyway,
that's funny.
That was dumb.
So if you know what those books are, let us know.
Yeah, there were so many different things in there.
Is it just one book?
It's just one book, and it's like a little like paperback book is what I had. It's probably at my mom's house somewhere, but it's in my bedroom there. I don't know where it would be in there, because it's probably not on the bookshelf where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Because I had it off the bookshelf because I read that one like all the time.
So, had that one under the mattress.
It may have been under the dresser. I don't know, because for some reason I kept my favorite things under the dresser. I don't know
That's
why.
Normal.
I was a strange child. It's fine.
Child?
Shut up. People are strange. Yeah. So yeah. If you can think of, I've looked up so many different books, and none of them are what I'm looking for, because it's like illustrations. It's not like photographs.
Well, of course not. If they had photographs of most of that stuff.
Well, I mean, there are like, grainy footage of Bigfoot and stuff like that, but and like pictures of where the Tunguska event happened, because that did actually happen. Okay. And the trees were all, but no, this is like illustrations. And a lot of them have no illustrations whatever, or they have pictures of stuff, and I'm like, that's not what I'm looking for. I don't need this. I need this other. I'm looking for a specific, and I cannot find it. I'm not going to get on Reddit because I don't know how to even describe it.
Yeah.
Like, I can tell you some of the stuff that's in it.
Conspiracy sites or something. And
then I'm going to end up looking at all this other crap that I don't want to look at. Yeah. So I'm like, no, this is not it. Get this flat earth stuff out of here. Get no.
Yeah. So, Haunted Mansion.
I'm sorry. Yeah, let's get back to that, because... Gosh, I'm sorry. Such a tangent.
No, that's fine.
You know what? I don't think we're going to talk very much about this anyway. There's not really much to go.
Just filling it in.
I'm filling in some time here.
That's good.
I'm making this a lot longer than it needs to be.
Good. I'd hate to have to edit a short podcast.
Exactly.
That'd be terrible.
We need this to be needlessly long.
Thank goodness. That would be so sad.
What would you do without me and my just random, let me just talk about this thing that has nothing to do with anything.
So we saw trailers for Haunted Mansion, and I honestly thought it looked pretty decent. Yeah. I kind of wanted to see it. I was surprised because the Eddie Murphy one was so bad. Yeah. I never saw it fully. I saw parts of it.
I was going to say, you never saw it, and you're like, it was so bad, though. I saw it. I saw the full thing.
Parts of it.
And yes, it was
bad. The stuff I saw. So I extrapolated that to the whole movie. But I kind of want to watch this. Had people I liked. Has Owen Wilson. Lakeith something. I can't remember his last name, but he was great in Atlanta. And
oh my gosh, what is his name?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
I can't either.
Then Rosario Dawson's always good. Mm-hmm. And Tiffany Haddish. I like Tiffany Haddish for the most part. I think that's her name, right?
Yes, that is her name.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And of course, Danny DeVito. I love Danny DeVito. Mm-hmm. So...
Stanfield.
There we go. So, yeah. Well, now we've seen it.
We have. Did you say Jamie Lee Curtis?
I did not.
She was in it.
Jamie Lee Curtis is also in it, yes. And a couple of surprises as well that I didn't know until we saw it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, what did you think after seeing it? Was it worth a watch? Without going into spoilers here.
If you like the ride, the Haunted Mansion at Disney World and Disneyland, it works better with it than the Haunted Mansion movie.
Okay. Yeah.
A lot better.
Yeah, I would say it's definitely setting up for the ride better than that other one. Yeah.
Definitely. So, I mean, if you like that, sure.
Yeah.
I would say watch it. If you don't care about it, if you go to Disney World and go, I'm not getting on that ride, I don't like it, don't worry about this.
It's a good ride.
It is
one of the better rides.
It's fun. I like it.
I've only been there, though, when it was Nightmare Before Christmas, though, so.
And I've never been when it's Nightmare Before Christmas. I've been twice during Halloween.
Yeah.
And once, I've only actually been to Haunted Mansion once.
Right.
And they do the Nightmare Before Christmas one in Disneyland, but not in Disney World. Mm. And I happened to be at the one in Disney World and got to go through it. And of course, that's the one that I don't do Nightmare Before Christmas. So I got to see the original one that's there. Yeah. And then when I went around Halloween, when they had it all set up at Disneyland, it was packed. I didn't get to make it. I was about to get in line and they're like, no, we're stopping the line right now. It was already like really late. And I was like, are you kidding me?
You messed up.
Are you kidding me?
You messed up.
It was that trip, the trip to Disneyland was a nightmare.
Before Christmas.
It was. Because it was Halloween. Well, it wasn't even Halloween. It was in September, but they still had the Halloween stuff out. But yeah, it was awful. I was not in my right mind during most of it because I was mad at the person I was with. Oh. And I was very hangry for most of the
That's
night.
A bad combo.
It was a terrible combo.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to ride Autopia, and the person I was with...
What's Autopia?
Autopia is
Autopia. Yes,
is where you drive.
That was fun.
But I did not want to be the one driving because I don't like to drive. And so...
You don't really have to drive, you know.
I know. It's not like you're actually driving, but you don't... But they also... You are like... They're like, don't bump the other cars and stuff. Because you are kind of driving, but you're not. Kinda, you're on a rail, but you are like pushing the gas and stuff. Yeah. And so I didn't want to. And the person I was with was like, well, then why do you want to get on this ride? And it was my ex-husband. I'm just going to say that.
We know. I think we all know.
If you couldn't tell, this was literally a month before we got divorced. So
fair enough.
It was coming.
Yeah. Oh, Lord, it's coming.
Oh, Lord, it's coming. You got a big storm coming. So, yeah, it was...
interesting.
It was not fun, that part. And he did drive.
Oh, that's good.
And then he started bumping the people in front of us, which was like a 13-year-old girl. And I was so embarrassed, and I felt so bad. And it was rough.
Yeah, that sounds like a bad trip.
And then we missed that, and I was like, you know what? I just at least let me ride Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. I don't. That's all I want right now before the whole park closes, and I did get to do that.
That's good.
And so I was like, yeah, this is appropriate that this would be the last one, because where do you end up at the end of the ride? In hell. So
yeah, probably scarier than the Haunted Mansion.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That ride is.
That ride. I don't know who. I don't know why they decided to do that ride that way, but I'm like, what is happening?
That ride is kind of insane.
It's very insane.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, so I didn't get to ride it, and I was very sad about that because I wanted to see it because Nightmare Before Christmas is one of my favorite movies. Yeah. And I didn't get to see it. So.
Yeah. Well, as for the movie, I I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like amazing, but it's mindless fun, kind of, you know?
It had some laughs. It had some...
gaffes.
Yeah, sure. It had some sadness, too. It did have a few little sad spots, but it was, overall, it was fine.
Yeah. I was hoping it'd be funnier, but it wasn't. But that's fine. It wasn't, like, a lot of exposition, but not, like, I didn't think it was too boring or anything. So, yeah. I'd say if you like the ride, it's fun to watch. But if you don't really care, it's a twink toss. It's a coin toss.
It's a twink costume.
It's a twink toss. So let's get into it. What happened in this movie?
Okay. Well, it starts off. It's like in New Orleans. We're in New Orleans.
Nolans, as we call it.
No, we do not call it that.
We all call it Nolans.
I'm stopping this podcast right now. I'm leaving. Bye.
Étouffé in Nolans. So Lakeith is there. He's a scientist.
His name is Ben. He's an astrophysicist.
He's Ben, yes.
And he's trying to help people. He works on lenses. He's trying to help people see the unknown, basically.
Yeah. Well, he's trying to pick up a lady is what he's really trying to do.
Trying to pick up a lady.
Alyssa.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, well, I do something similar. I give ghost tours.
Yeah. So, samesies.
And he's like, that's not similar at all. But it's New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And they're sharing some champagne before the countdown, basically.
Yeah. They hit it off well.
Yeah.
They're a cute couple.
So it was very cute. And then he wakes up. It's the future, basically. Not the future, but, it's like later. It's years later or whatever. He wakes up. He's like in the bar where they met, I guess.
Yeah.
But he's
drunk as a skunk.
Yeah, he had been sleeping at the bar.
Yeah. They're telling him to leave.
They're like, you've got stuff that you need to do.
Yeah.
Because he does walking tours of the city.
He took over the tours, I guess,
But his are just walking tours.
Yeah. Because they wanted to be ghosts.
Because they wanted to be ghost
and he's
tours.
Like, there's no such thing as ghosts.
Yeah, he's like,
shut up.
They don't exist. I've been in all of these places, not seen a single ghost. This is not a ghost tour.
Yeah.
Shut up.
One of the surprise guests that I did not know about, Mary Lou Henner.
Yep, she was there.
Just in there as a tour guest.
As just
random.
And
that's the last we see of her.
Yep.
It was so weird.
I was like, she's in this?
Why is she here?
And yeah.
Weird cameo.
And as soon as that walking tour was over, we never saw her again.
She's gone. Yeah. I bet but she'll remember it for the rest of her life.
Of course.
Because she has to. It's her curse. She remembers every day of her life.
Oh, is that? Oh, yeah, that is her curse, isn't it?
It is.
I forgot. Aw.
She'll never forget it.
Well, I mean, at least her part was fine,
Yeah, yeah. Got to walk around Nolans.
I can't. I know I said but
you acknowledged it.
It took me a second to realize how you were saying it, and then I had already let the slip, and then I'm like, oh no.
It took you a while because it was so natural.
No. It's because I'm just used to going when you say something. Anyway, so that's our main character, I guess. And then we have another couple of main characters.
Yep.
Gabby was her name, right?
Yep.
Gabby. And Travis. Gabby and Travis are heading to their new house.
Their mother-son.
And my first note about Travis is, why is this child dressed like a ventriloquist dummy?
Yeah.
Because he's like wearing a little suit with a bow tie and everything. I'm like, what is this?
He likes to be dressed up.
Yeah, he does.
Wears bolo ties later.
Oh my gosh, pretty yes. Sad. Yeah. So they show up at the Haunted Mansion. It doesn't have a name. Because there's a name of a mansion like later that is mentioned.
Yeah.
That they go to. But this one doesn't have a name.
It's just the haunted one.
It's just their house.
Yep.
So they get there.
Immediately, Travis is haunted.
Well, immediately he's like, oh, this place is weird. I don't know if I like this. He goes to choose his room and he gets up there and there's a picture of the bride. Constance something.
Yeah, I don't know.
I want to say Hadaway, and then I'm like,
maybe.
But isn't Hadaway like a singer? I don't know.
I have no idea. Hadaway, there is a singer.
Is that like the what is love guy?
Yeah.
Okay. But maybe it's Constance Hathaway. I don't know.
Could be.
So
she probably wants to know what love is.
Yeah, what is love, baby? Don't hurt me.
Yeah.
Because
somebody hurt her.
And then she hurt other people.
She did.
So yeah, there's a portrait of her in that room. Mm-hmm. He sees it. He's like, ooh, I don't like that. Immediately,
no, thank you.
Immediately covers it with a sheet. And I'm like, that's a good...
Not a bad idea.
Good idea. Doesn't help.
No.
She starts moving the sheet.
Yeah, still haunts him.
The sheet drops. She's missing from the thing. She's, haunting him.
Yeah, she's just in the room.
And he's like, okay, I'm gonna run downstairs.
Yep, as he should.
Runs down there. He's like, this place is haunted. And his mom's like, no, it's not. Don't worry about it. It's just your imagination. Let's just, let's light a candle. And
nice vanilla candle's gonna help.
Exactly. It'll be fine. And then he points behind her, and there's a suit of armor that has just shone up. And she's like, nah, we're out. Yeah. And grabs him, and they run out.
They run out.
Because they're like, no, we can't be around this. This is not good.
Yeah.
And then as they're driving away, you hear, you'll be back. So there we go.
Yeah. I like the interior of this house. I'm not going to lie. If it got cleaned up a little,
oh yeah,
I'd live there.
Yeah, it's pretty
cool.
Even
maybe with ghosts if I had to.
Maybe.
I like it. I like the look. So, yeah.
Yeah, the wallpaper is kind of cool because it's got like bats and stuff on it.
The doors are cool.
The doors got
black,
like the lion
like
doors.
Lion heads on them.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. Pretty neat place. So we go back to Ben. He is asleep at home. There's somebody knocking on the door.
Yep.
He's not going to answer it because he does not like people. He has no social skills.
Yeah.
And he just does not like being around people. But whoever is at the door lets themselves in.
Yep.
And he's like, what in the world? And so he comes out. He's like, why are you breaking into my house? And he's like, no, it's me. Hi,
It's me, Owen Wilson.
Hi. Father Kent is his name. And he's a priest, and he's holding a cat. And he's like,
let your cat in.
Yeah. And he's like, that's not my cat. And he's like, oh.
I was trying to get in. I thought it was your cat.
Yeah. So he was like, okay, well, I'll just put it out.
Yeah.
And he's like, so, do you want to be a hero?
Yeah.
Basically, that's his thing. He just keeps asking people, do you want to be a hero? He talks about how Ben created a spectral camera.
Yeah.
Or a spectral lens.
But that ruined his life.
Yeah.
Made him a laughing stock of his field.
Yes. And he's like, okay, well, there's this lady who has a haunted house. She's going to pay you if you'll just come over there with your lens, take some pictures, and...
That's it.
That's all you got to do.
$2,000.
So he's like,
let's do it.
Fine. If she's paying me.
Money talks,
sure.
baby.
As long as I get that money, we're good. So he grabs his camera and he heads out there. So before he walks into the like across the threshold, basically, she's like, okay, I just need you to know.
You don't have to do this.
You don't have to do this.
You can leave.
You can leave right now.
I suggest you leave.
It's probably better if you leave.
Yeah.
And he's like,
whatever, there's no ghosts.
It's fine, whatever, I'm not going to find anything. And plus, she gives him a lot of money.
Yep.
And so he's like, okay, I'll come on in. So he walks in. Immediately, it's kind of like making these noises like, oh, you shouldn't have done that.
Spooky noises.
Exactly. So, but he goes in and she's like, okay, are you going to like take some pictures or whatever?
Yeah.
So he goes around and he just pretends to take pictures.
Yeah.
He's just going,
why doesn't he just take pictures?
All he has to do is take some pictures. I don't understand why he's not doing it.
It's a digital camera. It's not like it's taking up a lot of film or something.
Exactly.
You can just delete the pictures.
Because, it's connected to his phone. Because he's got his phone, set up on it.
Oh, he didn't take pictures because the battery's dead.
Was that what it was?
That's right. Yeah, because before he goes in, he's like, oh, battery's dead.
Okay, I missed that part, apparently.
So, yeah, that's why I didn't want to be bothered to get another battery.
Okay, but anyway, it's like, bro, come on. You're getting paid a lot of money for this. Just take some pictures.
Seriously.
But he doesn't. He just pretends to take a bunch of pictures. Yeah. They walk him around the house. There's one spot in the hallway where she says when she crosses the hallway, she feels like she's getting pierced in both sides. Yeah. And so she jumps across the hallway basically. And then the kid tries to jump too. And then he gets scared. I just said he gets scared.
He gets scared.
scared. And he gets scared and he goes back. And so he's just looking at him like, what is wrong with you? He even laughs. He does. He laughs.
It's kind of funny.
It is. He laughs and he's like, all you have to do is walk across the hall, one foot in front of the other. And he does it. Nothing happens.
Yeah.
So he's like, they're like, okay, well, we're just going to go downstairs. We're going to let you do your thing.
Yeah.
So he starts walking around. He sees all these portraits. And
see the sea captain portrait.
Yes. And he really looks at it.
Kind of moves a little bit.
And he's like, that was weird, but just a trick of the light or whatever.
That was my mind.
And so he goes back down. You know, he pretends to take a few more pictures, I guess. But he goes back downstairs where they are. And he's like, yeah, there are no ghosts here.
Yeah.
And she says, I just need to calm down, I guess. And I was like, uh-oh. She's not happy.
Yeah.
But he's like, okay, well, I'm going to head out.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right.
See ya.
See you soon. And he's like, huh? But he leaves.
Yeah.
He goes back home. He's been followed by that sea captain ghost.
Yeah.
That was in the portrait.
TV keeps changing channels to Deadliest Catch.
Yeah.
Which is the scariest part of the movie.
And the thing is, he's like watching something about ghosts.
Yeah.
And then it keeps changing to the Deadliest Catch. And it's like, okay, but it was a ghost that did it. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. He doesn't like to watch documentaries about himself, though. He loves the sea.
Okay. I guess so. His remote control, I think, like flies out of his hand at one point. He's like, this is weird.
Yep. It's like, well, I just need to go to sleep,
I'll just go to sleep. So he goes to sleep. His, water starts dripping from the ceiling. Yeah. He opens the door. There's, like, a rush of water.
It's like a whole ocean outside of his door. And a harpoon flies in.
Yeah. He, like, goes out the window, I guess?
Yeah.
Is that what he does? Does he leave out of the window? How does he get out of there? Because he gets out of there because then he goes back to it later and he opens the front door and the whole house is just flooded.
I don't remember exactly how he gets out. He might have gotten, like, washed down there. I don't know. But yeah, he gets thrown out the house. It says return.
Yep, exactly. He almost gets hit by a car. Almost gets hit by a car. Yeah. But he's fine.
Yeah, and the house is fine. The water is gone.
Yep.
Except what was on him.
And so he's like, okay, I guess I should probably go back to the haunted house.
Yeah, actually gets batteries this time for the camera.
Fine, I'll do my job.
I'll do it myself.
So he gets there and they're like, oh, good to see you again.
Yeah. Right on time.
Yep, and he's like, why didn't you tell me? She's like, I tried to tell you you didn't have to come in. I warned you. Yeah. She just didn't say it, exactly what would happen.
Yeah, lie by omission there.
So he's like, or he says something about this place is obviously haunted, because he does take a picture of he uses his camera to take a picture of the sea captain in his apartment too. Yeah. Forgot about that. And he shows him and he's like, yep, this place is haunted. I think you need to do an exorcism. And she's like, we tried to do an exorcism. Yeah. And here comes Father Kent. And he's like, hey, I'm stuck here too. Yeah.
I had a lady with half a face or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, something like that, because she kept saying reworm instead of return. So basically anybody who goes into the house, if they try to leave, the ghost
just latches onto them.
A ghost will follow them home and make them try to get them to return back to the house. Yeah. So that's what happened to Father Kent. That's what has happened to Ben now, and of course that's what happened to Gabby and Travis. Yeah. Travis, was that his name? Yep. Okay. So they're like, all right, well, what we'll do is we'll go around. We're going to get a picture of each ghost. I don't remember why.
Travis has made a tent in the living room. Yes. Because that's the only safe place for him to sleep for some reason. So they all sleep there.
Because they have this thing where they don't leave that room after midnight.
Yeah, because midnight everybody goes crazy.
That's when all the ghosts come out. And so think this is when they go around. I think he goes around and starts taking pictures.
Because they don't want to go out with him because it's midnight and he's like, I'm going. So he does. He goes around to take pictures.
So he goes out. One of the pictures he takes, there's it's another portrait. Because it's some guy who's got a butcher knife or whatever. I can't think of it. Cleaver. That was the word I was looking for. He's got a cleaver and he almost hits him with the cleaver and everything. So, they're like, okay, we're going to need some help because obviously this place is very haunted. So
we need a medium.
Well, first they say we need somebody who knows about the history of the house.
Oh, okay.
So there's a history professor at Tulane University who wrote a book about haunted houses in Louisiana.
Yeah.
His name is Bruce. They go see him. This is Danny DeVito.
Yeah, they wanted to go see somebody else, but he's dead.
Yes, the premier
actual
person
best
about
one
it. Yeah, is dead. So it's like, well, we'll get this guy. He's like the next best. So there's Bruce, and
he's crazy.
Yeah,
kind of.
And they talk to him. I can't remember exactly when all of this happens because I didn't write a lot of notes.
Yeah,
but they talk to him at some point, and I think it's a little bit later though.
He's got a heart condition.
They don't want him to go because he has a heart condition.
Yeah, he's gonna have heart surgery like in a week.
Yeah.
So like, you don't need to be there.
Yeah, you don't need to go to this place.
But he's like, I've been waiting 60 years to go to this house.
Yeah.
Why hasn't he ever gone to the house? What stopped him?
I guess nobody invited him.
Just go. No, who cares? Nobody's.
I mean, if somebody lived there.
Nobody's been living there. Everybody's died. 66 people have died.
So anyway, they talk to him. They also go talk to a medium because they're like, we need a medium also because, you know, maybe we can talk to the ghosts. Mm-hmm. So they go see Harriet. Yeah. Which is Tiffany Haddish. Yeah. I was like, her name is Tiffany, right? Tiffany Haddish. And so she's like, okay, I guess I can go.
Yeah, she does a reading on him. And she's just like, do you know Gary? Yeah. Do you know Grant? Or something like that? Just all G words.
It's all G names. And then finally...
And Owen was like, oh yeah, I got an uncle, Gary. Yeah. She's like, you're lying.
It's like, do you know Gabby?
Yeah.
And they're like, yes.
Like, wow, she's good. After 10 tries, she got it.
Exactly. So Ray has basically... Not Ray. Why did I call him Ray? Ben. Why did I call him Ray? Who's Ray?
Ray, new character. Dan Aykroyd's there.
So I was like, is a Ghostbusters going on? I mean, they need one. Yep. Maybe that's what I was
we saw what happened in Casper, so they're of no help anymore.
That's true.
Who gonna call? Not us.
Not us. Oh man, Casper. That was a year ago.
Oh, what great memories we have of Casper.
Oh man, it was fun. It was fun to talk about. It's fun to listen to that one. Anyway, so Ben is basically just like living there at this point. Mm-hmm. The kid still goes to school. Yeah. I guess that the ghost doesn't follow them to school. I don't know.
I guess. Or he's just cool with it.
Yeah, maybe.
He's used to it.
I guess so. But anyway, he's kind of getting bullied by the other kids.
They chase him home.
This
is some extreme bullying.
He says, yeah, they ran me home. Yeah. I was like, what?
It's like, okay.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, they're making fun of him because he can't leave. He can't stay out after dark or whatever. Because he has to go home. Yeah. I guess they probably think he's afraid of the dark or whatever. Yeah. And he's like, no, I'm afraid of the ghosts in my house that are terrorizing me and everyone else who comes into the house. Yeah. But you know,
should really invite them over. Get them haunted.
So yeah, he's being bullied by the other kids at school.
He sets up a lot of cameras around the house.
Yes.
And they're looking through that because they stole the documents from Danny DeVito. And
I feel like they stole those later, but I can't remember.
No, they do it at the bar when they're talking to him.
Yeah, but I think that was a little bit later in the movie. But I can't remember.
They meet him and take him out to the bar, and then they steal it. I don't know,
because I thought that they talked to him later, because that's when they find out about the other character.
What other character?
The Hatbox Ghost. Don't they find out about him from
the drawing? Is that what
that's from the drawing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because he doesn't come with them the first time. They steal it and run away, and he's left at the bar. Or it's a hibachi grill.
Okay, and I thought it was a little bit later, though, because I thought that he had to have time to, like, actually grab the research, but I don't know.
Yeah, they grab it, and they start looking at and then
it doesn't matter.
When they find the thing about
doesn't matter.
The history of Grawley, is that his name?
Gracie.
Yeah. So his wife died. He was sad, and he invited Jamie Lee Curtis,
Madame
Leota, Ray Liotta's wife, to do a seance in the seance room. And they're like, "There's no seance room." But then they're looking at the blueprints, and there's a room at the end of the hall they don't know about. What is this? And they go in there.
But at this point, Harriet is there.
Yeah, Harriet's joined them. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So they go find the seance room. They go find the seance room. It's hiding. There's a painting where the room is supposed to be. And Ben sticks his fingers through the eyes of the painting. Yeah. And opens the door. Because Owen Wilson is like, Father Kent is like, oh, I've got this.
I know how to do
I know how to open this door.
This is obvious.
He goes over to this like
torch thing.
Yeah, on the wall, and he's like, if I just pull this down, it's gonna open that door.
Secret door.
And he just pulls it off the wall.
Yep. Yeah, that's good.
It's like, that's not the handle to it, but that was funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, they found the seance room. Mm-hmm. So they go in there and they're like, okay, well, let's do a seance.
Yep. Turn on the oil, light the oil on fire, lights up the room.
So they go in there. They're going to try to contact William Gracie.
Yeah.
And they do their little seance.
Yep. And they get him to write down something on the notepad.
Yes. And it says,
it's like
talk to Leota, I think. But something else comes to the seance. Because she's like, oh no, I feel a dark presence now.
Yeah.
And her chair gets pushed all the way out of the house and she goes into the mud.
Yep. All the way down to the road.
And then
that's when Danny DeVito shows up.
Yeah, this is when Bruce shows up. He's like, I'm here. I'm going into this house.
Yep. Goes right in.
Yep. Goes
sits right down in the chair.
And gets pushed right back out.
Pushes him into the middle of the road where a truck nearly hits him.
Yes.
And he has to go to the hospital.
Yep.
And they've been followed to the hospital.
Yes.
By the sea captain again.
The sea captain, like, anytime they go somewhere, that sea captain's going to be there.
Sea captain's a real troublemaker.
He's like, I just want to get out of the house.
I want to go to the sea.
I want
to go to the sea.
I want to go to the sea. So, yeah, they get pushed out of the house.
But they leave the hospital because sea captain creates a diversion. Yes. And they just take him away.
They just get him out.
I don't know why they took him to the hospital anyway. I guess they needed to check him out.
Yeah.
But he sounded crazy. Mm-hmm. It sounded like they had pushed him into the middle of the road.
Yeah, because he's like, I don't like the chair.
Yeah, they're like, you just shouldn't be pushing him in a chair into the road. So, some elder abuse there.
Yeah. So they all go back because, they can't just leave the house. And that night, Ben has a dream. Although you don't really know it's a dream till a little bit later. But he has a dream that the bad spirit that is in there is talking to him. And his dead wife is also there, Alyssa. Yeah. And she walks. I know what you want.
Yep. I know a friend of yours.
Yes. She walks into the graveyard. There's a graveyard out the back, I guess.
Yeah.
And he goes after her.
They try to warn him not to go in. It's like, you shouldn't be here.
But he goes and she turns around and he wakes up. Basically.
Yeah, because she's scary.
So it was a dream.
Yeah.
It's the middle of the night.
Yep.
At this point. There's an organ playing because apparently the organ just starts playing randomly in the middle of the night.
Of course.
And they're like, okay, well, we need to try to find Leota. So let's just walk around a little bit, see if we can figure out where she is. Maybe we should go to the attic because we haven't been to the attic yet.
Attics are scary.
So maybe she's up there.
They are. This is a fact. All attics are scary.
It's true.
I don't care if it's haunted or if it just has like squirrels running around or mice or spiders.
Basements are also scary.
Yeah. No, I've been in a lot of basements.
Some basements are very scary.
If you like furnish in the basement and set it up as like a nice little game room or something,
then it's fine.
Basements are good. But if it's just like basements. We got to store stuff down there and it's just like dripping boxes, then it's kind of scary. Yeah.
You have not been to my grandparents' basement. My grandma's basement.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks scary just from the top.
I don't like it.
Didn't it used to be a game room?
There's a game room, but the game room is not in the basement.
Oh.
They're the steps to the bed. There are steps from the living room down to the game room. That's just a little annex kind of thing. And then there's the door to the basement that is in the game room. Okay. So the game room's fine. Yeah. Game room, I used to be in there a lot.
Used to game.
I mean, that's where the jukebox box was. Yeah. That's where when I took piano lessons, I had a piano and it was at my grandparents' house, and that's where it was. It was in the game room. So game room was fine. The basement. Which, I mean, the main reason I didn't like the basement is because I can't tell you how many spiders I found down there. I don't like spiders.
Yeah, me neither.
Especially when they're brown recluses. Yeah. Which is what I would usually see down there.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
Yeah, that's no fun.
I don't like it.
Nope.
Get out. Get out of there.
Don't blame me.
So, yeah. But, so attics are scary as well, though. Attics are probably scarier.
I haven't been in a fun attic ever, so.
I don't know if I've ever actually been in an attic. Yeah. Probably because they're so scary, I don't want to go in one.
Yeah. Nobody should. They're not meant to be anything.
But they're going to go to the attic. They get up there. Ben goes up there by himself, but Harriet and Bruce are down there waiting for him.
Yeah. It kind of forces him to go by himself because it pulls the ladder up.
Well, I mean, he gets all the way up there, and they're just like, I hope you're having fun up there, Ben. And then suddenly the ladder gets pulled up.
Yeah.
So he's wandering around up in the attic.
See the bride a lot.
Yes, the bride is there.
Headless guy.
Yes, headless guys more than one. Yeah. Because these are her husbands.
Yeah.
Because she chopped all of their heads off. Because she had like 5 husbands.
Yeah.
And each one of them she decapitated.
Yeah, as one does.
And so he sees the bride. The bride is going to chop his head off. He calls her Ghost Bay at one point.
Yeah.
Like, can I call you Ghost Bay? Which is really funny.
It's like, I get it. I get why you killed those guys. That's fair.
He's like, yeah, exactly. He's like, he says something about like, it's not like, I don't think he says I'm an ally, but it was something like that. Yeah, he did say he was an ally. Yeah. Women's rights, baby. Yeah, exactly. And so he's trying to dodge her and everything, but then there's a trunk like all the way in the back of the room and it's moving. So he's like, that's probably an important trunk, so I'm going to try to get to that. And so he does manage to get to it. He gets it down the stairs. And he gets out of there before he can get killed by the bride.
He falls down the stairs, and somehow the chest comes out as well.
Well, I mean, he was pulling it behind him, I guess. But yeah. So he gets out of there. He gets the chest. They open up the chest. There's a book of incantations in there. And it's like Madame Leota's book. And it's like, don't...
This isn't yours. Don't turn the page.
Exactly. And Harriet's immediately like, turning all the pages.
This is the most powerful book ever. I'll take it.
But there's also a huge crystal ball in there.
Yeah.
And so they pull it out.
It's all smoky.
They pull it out. They set it up. I guess, was it in the seance room? I don't remember.
Yeah, I think so.
But they set it up, and that is where they meet Madame Leota because she is stuck in the ball. And so she talks about, she's like, here, I'm going to tell you how I got stuck in here, basically.
Yeah, for $3.
Yeah.
And Davey was like, that's a ripoff.
And everybody else was like, shut up, that's so cheap. But, so she does the whole, I bet you're wondering how I got here. Yeah. So she starts talking about
Gracie
how,
summoned her.
Yeah, Gracie asked her to come. He was trying to get into contact with his dead wife, Eleanor.
Yeah.
They had a seance every midnight for a year.
Yeah.
And Harriet's like, oh, that was not a good idea. Why would you do that?
Just kept pulling ghosts in the house, basically.
Yeah, it opened up the ghost realm.
Yeah.
And so all of these other ghosts were coming in and staying, but Eleanor never came.
Yeah.
Because she wasn't even in the ghost realm, most likely. She had moved on.
Yeah.
But
a bad ghost came through.
Yes, a bad ghost came through. And
a demon.
Yeah. And now there are 933 souls in the house. He needs 1,000 to be able to escape, I guess. That's what it was. And he's most powerful at the full moon. So we find all that out.
Yep.
And
Gracie killed himself because the ghost told him or made him think Eleanor was there.
Pretended to be Eleanor.
He was like, hey, come join me. It's cool.
Yeah. And then he trapped Leota in the crystal ball.
Yes.
So they're like, oh, well, that's not too bad. 933, you know?
Yeah.
And then Bruce is like, yeah, but she's been in there for a long time. Yeah. And there have been 66 other people who have died in this house since then. There are 999 ghosts in this house.
Yep.
Which means he only needs one more.
Yep.
So yeah.
Not good.
No.
And he's most powerful on the full moon, which would be in like 4 days.
Yes, 4 days or something like that. So they're like, we've got to figure out how to get rid of him before the full moon.
Yeah, and she tells them they got to find like something of his to be able to banish him.
Yes.
And they got to figure out who this ghost is.
So,
look, he's like, I saw him like...
Well, no, not yet. He hasn't seen him yet. We haven't gotten to that point.
Okay. I thought he saw him though in the first thing, no?
He saw like, it was just like a shadow.
Gotcha.
Shadow kind of thing. I do have a little note about something that the kid said.
What is that?
Because I guess he was talking about, like the kids at school who make fun of him. Because he and Ben talk a lot.
Yeah.
And he's like, I dress my best every day.
Yeah.
And I wrote down, sir, you're wearing a bolo tie.
I mean, that's fancy.
He's so cute, though.
He is. He's adorable.
His little suits and stuff.
Yeah. He's kind of got like a little Western outfit going on. He's got like plaid button-up shirt and his little bolo tie. Oh,
so cute.
He want to be a cowboy, baby.
Oh, man. So, anyway, they talk, and I'm pretty sure this is where he says something about his dad.
Yeah, probably.
About how his dad wants him to go.
He wants him to come visit him.
Yeah,
but he thinks it would make his mom sad.
Yeah.
He doesn't tell her.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's like, let's keep it between us, okay?
Yeah. So they decide that they're going to have another seance because they've been looking. Harriet has been looking in the book and everything, I think.
Well, she's going to do like a spirit walk. She's going to astral project.
But they call it like reverse seance.
Yeah, reverse seance, yeah.
Which is what is written down in the incantation book, is reverse seance.
And like he's just like, just call it
astral projection. Astral projection, like, that's what it is. She's like, what? I've never even heard of that. It's like, girl, I've heard of that. It was probably in that book I read when I was little. But so they set it all up, and they've got the vanilla candle and everything too.
Yeah, she lights some sage. Man, I hate when somebody lights sage in a room. It's so pungent. It's terrible. I can see why ghosts don't like it.
They're like, oh gosh, get it out. So yeah, she's got her sage and everything, and she's like, all right, now I have to be like raw, basically.
Yeah, I gotta get set. So I got a picture of my dog.
My dog that died.
She describes the death of the dog in way too much detail for a child's movie.
Yes.
Yeah. It was unnecessary.
Yeah, but she at first she says that the dog went to a farm.
Yeah.
But then she goes into what actually happened.
Yeah.
Whew. So she's trying to astral project and everything. Everybody's calm. Everybody's doing the seance, and then suddenly
it looks like she's asleep.
I think that may have been earlier. I think that was the first seance.
Oh, yeah. When she tries to get peaceful, it looks like she's snoring.
She starts snoring. Yeah, and they're like, funny. I think she's asleep. And she's like, shut up! I'm trying to do this.
I like that.
Yeah, but this one, she's just kind of like thinking about her dog and everything, about her dead dog, trying to get sad.
Right.
And then suddenly you notice that
Keith is floating.
Ben his soul has left his body.
Yep.
He's astral projecting. He is now in the ghost realm. He's floating around.
He's trying to talk to Gracie.
Yeah,
who's running around.
He sees the ghost that lights the chandelier first. That ghost is looking creepy.
Yeah.
But
it's
then
like
he
sees or something of that
but then he sees Gracie. Yeah. And Gracie's like, you're not supposed to be here.
Yeah.
And so he starts running away and he follows Gracie.
Yeah.
Gracie of course, is looking for his wife, Eleanor.
Yeah. Gracie kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put it out there.
He does.
Gracie's a coward.
Yeah.
Don't like him.
I mean, he does help a little bit at one point.
Barely.
But yeah, he does the bare minimum.
He does.
We can't be too happy about him, you know?
Yeah.
So.
And I think it hits midnight while he's doing that.
Yes.
And it was like,
all of the ghosts
crap.
Are like, oh my god, run. Hide somewhere, get out of here. And one of them even like haunts a candle, which is really weird.
Yeah, they go into whatever they can.
Yeah, they're just trying to get away. And here comes the bad guy. This is the Hatbox Ghost.
The Hatbox Ghost.
Call him that because that's what he is.
Voiced by
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto.
Yes. So
scarier than Morbius? Yes.
Morbius was stupid. Hatbox Ghost, terrifying.
Yes. I'd hate to run into Hatbox Ghost.
So anyway, he shows up. Ben tries to run from him and everything, but he does get a glimpse of him, so he knows what to look for, basically. Yep. And then the
butler takes over Ben's body. Yeah, and they're like, "Hey Ben, what's up?" He's like talking in a weird voice
because Harriet realizes, she's like, it's not happening.
Yeah.
I just can't do it. And then that's when they realize that Ben has been possessed.
Yeah.
And
start putting sage in his face.
Yeah, Harriet starts saging him, and then
Ben has to run back.
Gabby grabs they have a bell. Because if Harriet was gone for 10 minutes, they were supposed to ring the bell to bring her back.
So they know how to get him back, yeah.
So Gabby grabs the bell and starts ringing it to bring Ben back to his body, because they know that he's not there. Yeah. He's the one who did it. So it kind of grabs him and pulls him through back into his body, and he wakes up. Of course.
Mm-hmm.
And so they find out that he's the Hatbox Ghost is a ghost who haunts other ghosts.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird, but sure. And then Ben kind of tells the story of his wife.
Yeah.
And
because he's like the perfect soul because he's grieving.
Yes.
And he wants to be with her.
Yeah, because she went out to get tater tots.
Yeah.
She wanted tater tots.
Yeah.
And asked him to go, and he kind of got mad at her.
He was too busy.
He's like, he's too busy, he can't do it. So she left, and she got in a car accident, and she died.
She stopped to get ice cream.
Yeah, she stopped to get ice cream.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And she died.
And she died.
So he put in all his work into that camera so that he could maybe
find her
again.
See her again.
Yeah. Real Casper vibes.
Yep, it is.
Yep. Goes into that work to talk to his wife.
It is.
Yep.
Works better in this one, though.
Yeah. Can I keep you?
Oh, gosh. Stop it. So, yeah, Harriet, I think, tells him, there's the ghost realm, and then there's, like, the realm beyond, or whatever, and then there's the human realm. The ghost realm is just this one little thing, like, on the Venn diagram between the two realms, and she's already passed over, so... Yeah. That's what she imagines.
She knew you loved her.
Yeah, because he says something about, I didn't even tell her I loved her before she left.
Yeah. And Danny DeVito's like, she was going to die anyway. She's got high cholesterol.
I mean, she's going for tater tots,
cheesesteaks.
Cheesesteaks, yeah.
She would always want to go for runs and just eat cheesesteaks.
I forgot about that.
Danny DeVito's like, yeah, she wasn't long for this world anyway.
Wow.
They're like, geez, Bruce. But Ben thought it was funny.
Yeah.
And it was funny.
It was. So they're talking about the Hatbox Ghost. And they're like, we need to find something that was his. Yeah. But we don't know who he is.
Right.
And Ben's like, well, I did get a pretty good look at him.
It's burned into my mind.
Yeah. So that's when they go to a sketch artist. They go to the police station. They pretend that Ben was mugged. Yeah. And that this was the guy who mugged him. Yeah.
Sketch artist is disbelieving him all.
Sketch artist is like, he has no nose and no lips.
Oh, yeah. No lips, of course. He has no lips.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Sunken eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sure. Mm-hmm. And a top hat. Yeah. All right, cool. So he draws it. And
he draws it perfect. Yeah.
And they're like, wow, you just did that? That's amazing. And then they're like, okay, now add skin. Yeah, see what he would look like if he had skin. Yeah. And so that's how they figure out who the Hatbox Ghost is. Mm-hmm. His name is Alistair Crump. Yeah. He was like the son of some big wig kind
real
of guy.
Estate guy.
Yeah.
But he cried too much at his mom's funeral.
Yes, and his dad was like,
get out. You're a wuss.
You're a wuss. I don't want you as my son. Yeah. So when the dad died, he came back and he took over.
He was wealthy all of a sudden, and powerful, so he's like, I'm buying this house.
And he would have all these big fancy parties.
With people that had wronged him.
Yes, and then he would kill them.
Yeah, pretty much.
He was a bad guy.
And they never found the bodies.
Yeah, because they never found the bodies. And then
he was involved in some dark arts.
Yes. And then he, at one of these parties, or no, it was his servants, I think.
Yeah,
his servants,
they finally had enough.
They had enough of it, so they chopped his head off. Yeah. And so he's dead. Yeah. Obviously, that's how he's a ghost.
But he was like, I'm going to haunt y'all forever.
Exactly. So, I guess during the seances, he was pulled in from the ghost realm into the haunted mansion. Yeah. Luckily, like, the Crump mansion is not that far away.
So, somewhat north.
Yeah, exactly.
We're guessing Mississippi.
Yeah, I would assume so.
They have to drive back into Louisiana at one point. Yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah, they've got to try to find something of his, and the Crump mansion is now a bed and breakfast, and they give tours and everything.
And dinner theater.
Yes, and so they're like, okay, well, some of us need to go do that, and the Hatbox Ghost realizes what they're doing and tries to stop them. Tries to stop them from leaving.
Starts sealing up windows and doors.
Yep. So...
Luckily.
So Gabby and Harriet and Bruce are all stuck in a room with no doors. Yep. Travis and Ben are in, like, the living room, and this becomes the stretching room during the ride. Yep. So it starts stretching. There are alligators, there's quicksand, and there's water and all that stuff.
Grab on the gargoyles and go up.
Yep. The alligators are just like climbing the walls trying to get to them. But they make it up to the top.
Yeah. And they gotta climb up there. It's at that point where I'd have been like, I go with the alligators.
Guess the alligator's gonna eat me because I have no upper body strength. I cannot pull my body
Going
up.
back to Lost Boys.
Yes.
Hanging from more railroad tracks.
Yep. But they manage it.
They get out there, yeah.
And they get out through the roof. They're like on the widow's walk or whatever, and they make their way down the side of the house. Father Kent is outside.
Yeah.
He
was getting the car ready.
He took a break. He was like, I just went outside for like 5 minutes and now I can't get back in the house. Yeah. So they're like, okay, well, let's get in the car. We've got to get out of here. We've got to get to the Crump mansion.
Yep.
There are vines that are trying to stop them. The trees have faces at this point, and they're just like, ha, 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 ha. And
scary stuff. He's driving backwards. That's the scariest part for me.
Yeah.
Trying to go reverse that whole way.
There you go. And they do make it out, though.
Yeah.
But Bruce is dying.
Yeah. Bruce started having like a heart attack. Yeah.
So he's like on the floor. He's seeing the Hatbox ghost coming closer to him and everything. And
Cutaway,
exactly.
Yeah.
They get to the mansion. They're like, all right, we can just get in, get out real quick.
Just 5 minutes till the next tour. What great timing. This is so lucky.
Let's go. Yeah. So the tour starts. The tour guide's like, okay, it's a 3-hour tour, no bathroom breaks. Hope you're ready for this.
Yeah.
The tour guide is Winona Ryder.
Yep.
Because I was like, this... Because before it showed her, I was like, this voice is so familiar. I know this voice. Yep. This is Winona Ryder. And then it showed her, I was like, yes, got it. Yeah. So that was a surprise.
Another surprise. Yep.
Yep. So she starts giving them the tour.
They keep asking, was that his real thing? Is that authentic?
Yeah.
She's like, no.
That's a replica.
It's a replica.
Why is it behind glass?
Nothing is real.
I don't know.
They're like, do you want to run this tour? No.
Exactly. There's one point where there's a picture of his third wife, who was his mistress before his wife, and
he had the picture done when she was his mistress.
Yes, and that's how the second wife found out about her. And then there's a quote under it. I did not write it down, but it's something about books.
Oh, yeah, like, I don't trust a man who reads, and
or a woman who
reads. So just no one who reads. He doesn't trust anybody who reads.
They're like, did you just run out of quotes?
That's a dumb quote.
So stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So some of the other people on the tour, they have been on this tour before, apparently, because they know everything about it.
They're like, oh man, I hope we get the room with the head this time.
Yeah, exactly. And so they're like, what do you mean the head? And they're like, yeah, when his servants killed him, they never found the head. They found the body, but not the head. So they're like, we've got to find that head. Yeah. We got to find it.
That head.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, how are we going to find it? It could be anywhere. It's been like so many years and nobody has found this guy's head. So they're like, all right, well, we will just get some help from the sea captain ghost.
Luckily, the sea captain ghost has snuck into the house. They asked him nicely to stay in the car, but old sea captain ghost just won't help himself.
Was it the sea captain they asked to stay in the car, or was it the hitchhiking ghosts? Because they were in the back of the car.
The sea captain was there, yeah.
Okay, I thought it was the hitchhiking.
Water came out.
Okay.
Got out.
Okay, I thought it was the hitchhiking ghosts. Because they were in the back of the car.
There, yeah.
So
probably, asking all of them, but only one door opened up.
Okay. Anyway.
They like to stay in that car and hitchhike. Where are they going?
I don't know. They just like to hitchhike.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
That's what they do.
So they get him to help. They're
like, we'll trade you. We'll do something for you. Yeah. You do something for us.
Exactly. So it's like, what do you want? He's like, I want to go to the sea.
Yeah.
So they're like, done. We can do that for you.
Do that. We know where the sea is, probably.
Yep. Exactly. It's like, Caribbean's right there. Gulf of Mexico. We're right on the Gulf of Mexico. We're like literally right there.
I don't know why he can't just go if he can go later.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe
he needs permission, but he didn't need permission to leave that house and follow somebody, did he?
I don't know. The rules are kind of weird in this.
Yeah. So, still not as weird as Casper.
Yeah.
So, they get him to show where the head is. There's like a fireplace with a trapdoor.
It's like, how does he know?
He's a ghost. I guess he can just kind of like fly everywhere and find it.
But isn't he bonded to the house?
Mm-hmm.
The rules are weird.
Exactly. We don't have to get into this.
Guess we shouldn't question it. But yeah, he knows exactly where they need to go.
Yep. So the trapdoor, it's very small. So
is it though?
It's not that small.
I feel like they could have got through there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they make Travis go through because he's the kid and he's small.
He's a child. A lot of graves down there.
Yes.
With a lot of puns, or not puns, but little joke poems.
Yes.
For everyone that died. It's like, he took the time to etch out all these little sayings on everybody's thing. Like, I get it's for the ride.
Yes, it's because
they want to
of the
justify
ride.
that, but come on.
It is kind of ridiculous.
He's like hiding the bodies, but still etching out all these tombstones.
But I'm going to make a fun little pun here.
I'm flamboyant. I love this stuff. I live for it.
So anyway, he goes down there. He sees all these graves, and then he sees the top hat, and he pulls the top hat up, and there's the skull underneath it, and there's like a big spider, and it scares him. Of course. He grabs the top hat. Yeah. Leaves that skull. He's like, I'm not touching a dead skull.
We ain't taking that skull.
No. I'll take this top hat, though. So he takes it. He gets back up there. So then they head back. Yeah. They had stopped at Burger King to get some food, and he's like, oh my gosh, it's tater tots. It's a ghost wink. Yeah. And so we didn't say what a ghost wink is, but it's basically a ghost trying to like tell you from the beyond that they're okay. Yeah. Because I think Harriet's grandfather or something had done something. Yeah. I don't remember what it was. I can't remember what it was, but there was, and she called it a ghost wink. Yeah. And so this is supposed to be a ghost wink. And he's like, no, that's my pepper poppers. Yeah, jalapeno peppers. Burger King has neither tater tots nor pepper poppers on their menu currently. Yeah. Maybe they did at some point. I know they did tater tots. They've done a lot of things. I don't remember if I know they did like little balls with peppers, but not like an actual like jalapeno popper. Yeah, but they do not have them right now, that's for sure. Yeah. Yeah, they do have onion rings though. I mean, I feel like they should have brought those back. Right now they have the Ghost Whopper. Yes, they do. The Ghost Pepper Whopper. It's always exciting. So, yeah. But he's like, no, it's not a ghost wink. Don't worry about it. So they get back to the mansion. They had jalapeno cheddar bites. Okay. In 2020. Well, this is not 2020. This is not 2020. This is almost 2024. I guess they wrote the script during quarantine. Maybe. I don't know. So they get back to the house, to the mansion. Yep. Bruce is there. He's happy. He's like, hey, we did it, guys. Yes. We didn't even need to do all that stuff. They just left. It's cool. Well, have a drink. Before all this, when they're about to walk back in, Kent is like, I really hope we don't have to have a seance. Not a seance, an exorcism, because I'm not actually a priest. Yeah, I lied. He's like, I own a costume shop, and I use this costume to con people out of money. Yeah, so he's with all the ghosts and stuff. Yeah, so he's like, I really hope that's not the case because this is gonna be bad. Yeah. And he's like, dude, I don't care. Yeah. You want to be a hero? Exactly. Let's go. Help me out here. So, I believe in you. So yeah, Bruce offers them a drink and everything. And they tell Travis to stay out in the car because they're like, why don't you call your dad? Yeah, just talk to your dad. Yeah, go talk to your dad. Go talk to your dad. So they go back inside. Bruce is there, of course. We find out very quickly that Bruce is possessed by the Hatbox Ghost. Yes. Gabby and Harriet are not tied up around. Yeah, they are somewhere. Tied up. We find out. But he tries to poison their drinks and give it to him. But Ben's like, I'm not thirsty. Yeah. And then Kent almost drinks. Yeah. But he doesn't. I guess he says something and he's kind of like, that was a weird thing to say. Yeah. I don't think I trust you. Yeah. So Ben finds Harriet and Gabby tied up. Yeah. And she's like, oh my God. Where's Travis? And he's like, he's fine. He's in the car. He's talking to his dad. Yeah. She's like, his dad is dead. Yeah. and the Hatbox Killer's like, I wasn't going for you, Ben. I was going for Travis. Exactly, because he has to have a willing soul to be the 1000th one. And Travis has a little notebook out in the car with a pen. Yep. And his dad's writing, I miss you. I miss you. Come see me. Come find me. Yep. I'm over here in this window thing. Yep. So he's going to go willingly to see his dad. And Ben has to go stop him. Yep. Which he does. He does. He's like... But we got a little emotional moment with Travis. Because he's like, come on, man. Come with me. And it's like, I hate everything. I hate this house. I hate everybody. Everybody's mean to me. Yeah. Why should I keep going? And it's like... Love you, dog. Yep. Pulls him up. And everything's okay. Yep. So everything's okay. Hatbox Ghost is still being... He's pissed. A jerk.
Yeah.
Or actually, I don't know if he was... I can't remember. When do they try to do the ritual thing? Because they do it in the room with the fireplace. I can't remember when. I can't remember when everything happens.
Yeah.
Because Harriet tries to banish him with the hat.
Right.
And Bruce is still possessed at this point. Grabs the hat and throws it into the fireplace.
Right.
And they get it out, and then he does it again.
Yeah.
Like, could you please stop tossing this into the fireplace? And then I think he unpossesses him.
Yeah.
And pushes him away.
Because it's like the full moon's out, so he's super powerful.
Yes.
Doesn't need the body anymore. He throws the body into them.
Yeah. Bruce is fine.
Yeah,
okay.
Bruce is good. Well, he's on the floor.
He's on the floor, but he's alive.
He's all right. So everybody kind of splits up.
Yeah.
So he goes to get Travis. Mm-hmm. Rosario Dawson is with them.
I don't
Where did
know.
they go?
I don't know.
They went somewhere.
All the ghosts show up. And it's Kent's time to be a hero.
Mm-hmm. He's going to create a diversion because he summoned all the meanest ghosts.
Yes.
To be angry.
Yes.
And kill them. Mm-hmm. So he's running around Scooby-Dooing them.
Exactly.
Through doors and stuff.
So that Bruce can get off the floor and grab the hat.
Mm-hmm.
The hat basically is cinders.
Yeah, that hat is burning. Pretty good.
One ghost shows up and has water and puts out the fire. So he's able to get a little scrap of the hat out of there. So he's got a piece of the hat.
So we got a piece of the hat, yeah.
The bad guy ghosts are still going after Kent, but he kind of stops them. He's like, why are we doing this?
Yeah, is this what y'all want to be? Come on, y'all are better than
exactly.
this. You can be heroes. Y'all want to be a hero?
Let's be heroes.
Yeah. Tiffany Haddish went and talked to Ray Liotta and
Madam Liotta. Can you stop?
Ray Liotta's like, let me out of you can.
That's where Ray came from.
Oh, there we go. You can cast a spell and get me out of here, and then together we'll be powerful enough to beat him. So and they do.
Yeah, and Harriet has kind of been she couldn't do the astral projection and everything.
Her family's always told her
that she doesn't have any powers and and all this stuff, and so she's
she
like,
I have to with her sisters.
Yeah, so Madame Leota's like, I can, if we have two people who are very powerful, we can do this. And she's kind of like, oh, I don't know if I can do it. And she's like, I believe in you.
Yeah.
And so she's gonna get her out of the crystal ball. Mm-hmm. Ben and Travis and Gabby all end up in the graveyard.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to get out. Gracie is trying to help them get out. He's like, oh, you can go that way. He leads them to the graveyard, now that I think about it.
Yeah, he does.
That's not true. That's not the way out.
I don't think he meant to.
I don't think he did either. Yeah. But he's just too obsessed with trying to find his wife.
Yeah.
So they end up out in the graveyard where, of course, the Hatbox Ghost is.
Yeah.
I keep calling him that, even though we know his last name, but whatever. He's the Hatbox
Cooler
Ghost.
as the Hatbox Ghost.
Exactly. So, and also at this point, his head is no longer the Hatbox that's on his head.
Yeah. He's like, Ben, come on, be willing, or else I'm going to haunt him forever.
Exactly.
That's how it's going to go. He's like, you swearsies? You'll stop haunting if I be willing?
Exactly. And he's like, yeah, sure do.
Swear. Yeah.
So he's going to take his hand and everything. Mm-hmm. But then everybody basically shows up in the graveyard together. Mm-hmm. They have the piece of the hat.
Kent comes in riding the bride.
Well, first of all, Harriet comes in riding a ghost horse because that was the one that followed her out. Yeah, because she was like, can you imagine being in your apartment and a ghost horse just shows up? So yeah, she comes in riding the ghost horse. That's probably the coolest one. Oh yeah, probably. I love a ghost horse just running around. That'd be awesome. It'd be my friend. So yeah, she comes in riding the ghost horse. And then here comes Kent riding the bride. I'm on the back of the bride. What is happening? Why is she giving me a piggyback ride? Okay. They start fighting the angry ghosts in the graveyard. Yes, because some of them just hang out. They don't really want to fight. They're just hanging next to Kent. Just like, this is fine. Yeah, we'll just stand here. Yeah. There are some other angry spirits that he sends after Bruce to try to get the piece of the hat back. Yeah. Travis goes to help him. He grabs the piece and he gets it to Harriet so that they can do the banishment. Mm-hmm. And basically, and of course Leota at this point is out of the crystal ball. So they're working together and... Ben's like... he's trying to distract him, basically. Yeah, he's like, you swear you'll stop? Because
They can't save me, or no, they can't make me feel better. Or something. I can't remember what he said, but they can stop you or something. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what it was.
Yeah, but and they start doing the banishment,
and they banish him. Yeah, and that's it. So
he Spartas him. He does the 300 kick into the pit.
Kicks him into like a grave kind of thing that goes into some other place. Yeah. So he's gone. Everybody's good now.
Yeah. Not all the ghosts are gone. They're just kind of, all right, I'm going to head back into the house.
Yeah, they're all like, I mean, okay. And they're like
tied there.
Yeah, somebody's like, well, you've got your house back. And it's like, yeah, and it's still full of ghosts. But, I mean, at least you don't have like the bad ghost that's there. Yeah. Although some of these other ghosts are not good.
Yeah.
They're like trying to.
She wants to make it into a bed and breakfast, and like,
I don't think that's gonna work.
I mean, you got this bright ghost running around. I think they could for sure, especially in Nolans, where they love ghosts.
Can you please stop? But yes, I don't think that would be I'm pretty sure that there are haunted houses that are bed and breakfast. Yeah, I'm almost positive that like the Lizzie Borden house is a bed and breakfast where you can go sleep in the room where she murdered her dad and all this stuff, and it's like yikes. But I mean, there are still ghosts there
but they're dancing, they're having a good time. People go to the haunted mansion all the time. They love it.
That's true.
So
anyway, so they've got their house back. Everything's good. Ben is back at his house. He's getting rid of some of Alyssa's stuff, I think.
He donated it to camp because he actually became a priest.
Well, not yet. He's like, I'm going to go take this to my parish. And he's like, you're not a priest. And he's like, yeah, but I mean, I can still donate it.
Yeah, I still like donating.
Exactly. So he goes up to the steps. The cat that was there earlier is still there. And he's like, he goes up to pet it and everything. And he looks at its collar and it has its name. And its name is Tater Tot.
Yep. The thing that killed his wife.
Yep.
That cat murdered his wife.
Alyssa is ghost winking at him by saying, remember that thing that killed me? Wink, wink.
Don't eat it. I know it says tater tot,
Don't eat
but
that
it's
cat.
Not really a tater tot.
This cat is what killed me. This cat specifically. I was going out to look for Tater Tot, the cat, and then I got
Probably
killed.
ran in front of her. Caused her to wreck.
No, see.
Wow.
When they were talking about her, the wreck and everything, I can't remember exactly what he said, but it showed Bruce, and for a minute there, I thought Bruce was going to be
Bruce had killed her.
The person that was in like the other car or something. Because I was like, because the way he reacted, I was like, does he know something? What about this accident?
If this had been like The Haunting of Hill House or something, then Bruce totally would have been the one that killed her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Ben would have been like, you killed my wife. You need to be the 1000th
prepared to
thing.
Die.
You know.
Yeah.
You need to
die, old man.
You need to just die. I'm glad that we kept you from your heart surgery.
I'm gonna say it. I'm glad your heart sucks.
I'm so mean. I don't care that you broke your elbow. Oh, man. So yeah, Tater Tot the cat is there. And so he kind of just looks up into the sky like, all right, Alyssa, I see what you did there.
Yeah, thanks for this cat.
Yep, that is not actually mine, but I guess I'm just going to pretend that it is.
Some family's missing their cat.
Yeah, they're like, what happened to Tater Tot?
Where's Tater Tot?
And he's in his house like, you're my cat now.
Alyssa, thank you.
Oh, man. So he shows up at the haunted mansion. He's got like a bouquet of flowers and everything.
Yep.
And they're about to have a big Halloween party.
Yeah.
Travis comes out. He's like, guess what? I got voted class vice president. And I'm like, okay.
Call me when you're president.
It's like, was it as a joke?
You got carried, baby.
So mean. Oh my gosh.
Kent's in a cowboy outfit.
Yep.
Which is great.
And then that's when he says that he's gonna be ordained or whatever. Yeah. And Harriet is also there. Is Bruce there?
Bruce died.
Bruce is dead. No, I can't remember.
I don't remember, yeah.
I think he was in it. I think he may have been there.
Surely.
Like, when they were at the dining table, I think he was probably there.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're getting ready for a big Halloween party. I don't think anybody else is invited.
I think it's just the ghosts.
I think it's just them and the ghosts. This is a ghost
There's a
party.
big dance with the ghosts. They're dancing, cannon.
They go into the ballroom and everything, and there's just dancing ghosts everywhere, and it's just like the
ride.
The ride.
Yeah. So, and then that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Cut to black.
Yep. That's it.
I guess Gracie never found his wife.
No.
So sucks to be him. He's still tortured. But, whatever. Maybe if he'd have helped a little. Yeah. Could have found your wife. Exactly. Whatever.
And, of course, no Hatbox Ghost anymore, which explains why he's not in the... For so long, he wasn't in the... I think they may have put him in there now.
Yeah, I think he's back.
He's not... He wasn't in the ride.
Was he not?
No. Originally, he was going to be, because they were like, oh, it'd be cool if we could do this, and then they just couldn't figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
Right?
It took him a long time to figure it out.
It never worked the way it was supposed to, so they just took him out. Mm-hmm. But, now I think they've got him.
Yeah. But, like I said, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It wasn't exactly as good as I thought it was going to be, but still, I didn't mind it.
There was also another little nod to the ride was there was a chair that Bruce sat down on, and there was like a raven on the back of it, and the raven flew off, and he was like, did anybody else know that was real?
Yeah.
Because there's in each of the rooms, there's a raven, and it's supposed to be, like, originally I think it was supposed to be like the narrator of the story.
Oh.
And they have like little speakers in certain places, and it was supposed to be like telling what was happening or whatever. And then they just didn't do it. They just decided, no, we don't need that. But the ravens are still around there.
Yeah.
I think it's ravens or crows. This is close enough.
Potato.
Close enough. They're corvids.
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right.
That was it. Well, let's move on to our snack then. Okay.
Which we're celebrating Disney's 100th anniversary.
Yeah. When I was out of town a couple of weeks ago, I just found this and another version of KitKat that we'll try at some other point. And so we just have these random things.
Yeah.
And it's like, which one fits? None of these fit. None of these. Yeah. Nothing that we have. No snack that we have fits. We don't have any kind of like Halloween type of snacks.
Yeah.
No,
we haven't done that.
No. So instead we have our happy birthday. Happy birthday. We have a birthday cake KitKat.
Yep. So we're going to give these a try.
Yeah.
Crisp wafers and birthday cake flavored cream with sprinkles.
Okay.
They're already divided for us.
Perfect. These have traveled from North Carolina, so...
North Carolina. On and raise up.
Did I buy them at a Dollar General?
Yes.
Does it matter? No.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Oh, no. I smell very birthday cakey. Mm-hmm. Tastes very birthday cakey.
Did we have birthday cake candy corn?
Probably. Birthday cake something.
Because that's what it's making me think of. I think we did have that.
I feel like it's pretty accurate to birthday cake. Probably one of the most, I could see me eating a cake and it tasting exactly like this.
I have to say, KitKat really does good with... I feel like they do pretty well with their flavors.
Mm-hmm. They can match a flavor pretty well.
So I remember we had the blueberry muffins one that time. And they tasted a lot like blueberry muffins.
Yeah.
I feel like there have been other ones that we've had too that are pretty accurate to what they're trying to do. Mm-hmm. We need a s'mores KitKat.
Yeah, that would be good.
I don't know what made me think of that, but KitKat, hire me.
Seems like a simple idea. Like put graham cracker wafers, marshmallow in the middle, coat it with chocolate.
Marshmallow cream, coat it with chocolate. That's why I'm doing my usual weird KitKat eat around the edges thing.
Well.
I know KitKat's not your favorite. You complain about it every time we have a KitKat.
I don't complain about it.
I know, you just say...
You always bring this up, and then I have to say,
I know. No. You always say, I don't understand how people can say KitKat is their favorite candy bar. Exactly. But you know what I have in my snack drawer at work?
3 Musketeers.
KitKats.
What a shock.
I did have Snickers, but I ran out, so I bought KitKats.
Nice.
I also had Hershey's with almonds.
Gross.
I'm sorry that you're allergic to almonds and I'm not.
It's I can't. We don't have time for this.
I also had peanut M&Ms.
That's good.
And I've had Starburst, and now I have Skittles.
It's good.
I just switch it up a little bit.
It's a good drawer. So I'm gonna rate this. It's pretty good. I'll give it a solid 7. I'm not like a huge birthday cake guy to where I'm like, yay.
And
it's solid.
You know how I feel about sprinkles.
You love them.
I do not like sprinkles.
You like to be called sprinkles.
But they're not bad in this.
Yeah, they fit.
Because they're like the little round, little ball sprinkles, and I like those better than the elongated ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7 sounds about right.
Nice. All right, well, Let us know what you thought of the Haunted Mansion. How many times have you been on the Haunted Mansion ride? What'd you think? What other movies should we watch for Halloween and Christmas and Thanksgiving and all that? Let us know on Twitter at HavingFunCast or on Facebook at HavingFunPod.
Or you can send an email to havingfunpod@gmail.com.
Okay, go have fun. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.